Hello, everyone. Sorry about that.
We're not even going to keep that in there. Charlie Bartlett.
Our studio is doing a fire inspection, so the alarm is going off. So there will be moments of
There might be moments of weird cuts.
that are going to happen throughout the episode. I think that we should just get into it.
I'm down for that.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. Hello, everyone.
Fear God, there shall not be. I don't know. Actually, I didn't write it down. Oh, shit. My notes. What's up? What's up, guys?
Welcome back to TJ's Mixtape. I'm Tommy. That's Jacob. We are a movie review podcast. We like to talk about movies. We like to talk to you about movies. Who's in them? Who made them? What they're about. And then at the end, give a little arbitrary rating at the end to give it a nice little send-off. We are doing a bloodsucker summer.
Bloodsucker Summer. I like that. I like the
Yeah.
sound of that, actually. But yeah, so today we will be reviewing Sinners.
Yeah.
Just came out, but first,
The game.
the game.
So at the end of each episode, we pick two actors, and then we connect them via titles and co-stars that they're in. So last week, not last week, but the week before, our two actors were Natalie Portman and J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
And then at the end of this episode, we will pick two other ones randomly from the Connect the Stars website. If you feel like playing along, go ahead and put in comments. And if you don't understand the game, we'll play it right now so you can kind of get an idea of it. So, would you like to start?
Yeah, had an article that stupid shit, anything. So yeah, Natalie Portman to Jennifer Lopez. Gobble gobble.
Oh, is that one of yours?
No.
Oh, that's one.
But that would have been a great one. Is that one of yours?
Yeah.
Jiggly?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right, cool.
They just
Yeah. Okay, so I had a fun time with this one, though. Starting with Natalie Portman in a movie called Your Highness.
Mm-hmm. I know that movie.
You like it?
I know that movie.
Okay. Yeah, she's in Your Highness with Danny McBride, who is in This Is the End with Jonah Hill, who's in Wolf of Wall Street with Matthew McConaughey, quick little bit part in that, who's in The Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, yeah. For when you said Wedding Planner, I heard Wedding Crashers, and I was like, she is not in Wedding Crashers.
She is 100% not in that. And neither is Matthew McConaughey.
Mine is Natalie Portman is in Annihilation with Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac is in Triple Frontier with Ben Affleck, and then Ben Affleck is in
There you go.
Jiggly.
I have never seen Annihilation, and I don't really know much about it, other than I know it's kind of like a sci-fi movie.
I think you should watch it.
No, I want to watch it, but I don't want to know anything more about it.
That is one. I highly recommend that for sci-fi fans, and I do not tell them anything about it because I think that's one you should go into kind of blind. And then also Triple Frontier is really cool. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Mm-mm.
It's a military star-studded cast of like these 4 ex-special forces that decide to try and rob, using their specific set of skills, try to rob a cartel, and it goes haywire.
Sorry, I'm like really trying so hard to find this goddamn passage. There it is, goddamn. The Corinthians passage that's in this movie, because I wanted to, tie it in to everything. And I thought it was like, I found it really quickly earlier this morning when I searched it on my phone, and I researched that exact thing that I searched, and the AI thing didn't come up with the same thing. So I was like, but I found it. So we're doing Sinners today. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention to anything you said right there. I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm not repeating it.
That's fine.
But yes, we were doing 2025 Sinners. For those of you who don't know, the premise is 2 twins with a sword past find themselves face to face with a supernatural evil.
Yeah.
Short, simple, real boil it down.
It has a lot more to it than just that, obviously. But this is from what we've gathered from a lot of people and friends that have watched it. It's really been like this crazy hit or miss of like people have like been like, oh, this is really, really good. Maybe like a little overhyped, and then people like, I didn't like it at all.
I think it's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I do see the issues with it. I get both camps.
I think my only biggest issue with it is it's really dark. It's kind of hard to see a lot.
Oh,
happening.
yeah, it feels like it was made for the movie theater, not home theater.
Yeah.
But not the theater, the couch theater. No, but it also had that issue where I feel like things were left on the
cutting room floor.
Yeah, and that's always a bummer because things could have been touched on that weren't.
Yeah.
Or they did that thing where they brought things up and then never brought it up again, and you're like,
I wanted to go back to the fight scene to see who the fuck they attacked.
Those two people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too.
Yeah.
Like, we probably should have rewound that and tried that whole scene and just figured out where were they.
Yeah, like actually like follow the breakdown of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, so this was released originally April 3rd at the AMC Lincoln Square, and then a wide release April 18th of this year.
Yes.
This year of our Lord, 2025.
Corinthians. I'll get there. How many movies of this year have
3?
Yeah, same.
I did make a note there too. See bookmark tab. A lot of movies have come out already.
Yeah.
That I had heard about and forgot. Like I forgot the Lilo and Stitch came out.
Yeah.
The Death of a Unicorn.
Really want to see that. Friendship, I really want to watch with Paul Rudd.
There's a lot this year that I've been really wanting to and just forgot that they actually came out. There was another Disney one that I was curious about. Was it another? Oh, How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, that's DreamWorks.
Oh, okay. Animated one.
Live
action adaptation
Yeah.
is what I meant. My fucking watch alarm will not stop going off. I do not know how to turn it off on this thing.
I don't hear it.
No, it's just vibrate.
Oh, it just
keeps going. And I think I'm stressed.
Electroshock therapy.
Stressed.
All right. Well, Sinners, and also box office wise, it's number 3 domestically right now, and number 10 worldwide. So like this is like probably going to be one of the biggest movies of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to tell you all about it.
All about it.
It's free to watch on. Well, it's on
streaming.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
On HBO Max. If you have that subscription and you would like to watch this before we talk more about it, you are more than welcome and free to do that because you can pause us whenever you want. All right, well, let's get into writer-director starting all that because this is really interesting to kind of like see where this pattern is going with this specific writer-director, who is Ryan Coogler, who also wrote and directed Creed and then wrote and directed Black Panther. And I think Black Panther is possibly one of the best Marvel movies that came out in that whole like phase,
whatever it was,
before the Thanos, the Infinity Saga or whatever. Yeah, it's just super Shakespearean, so good.
And Creed's really good. I know I've said that on here before.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the other two, which I kind of forgot they made 2 more.
Yeah, the third, and also he's got a credit for story by on Creed 3 as well.
Yeah, but that was one of those rare, I think personally, from what I remember about Balboa and then Creed, were actually sequels that came out that really did the whole franchise justice in a lot of ways. Not only with Balboa showing an older Rocky and kind of dealing with that and like one last swan song before he actually retires, but then passing the torch to the child of one of his opponents. Because
it's Apollo's son.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the better actual, because on this list too is like Jurassic World Rebirth, which I've heard not great things about, and it's like that's a franchise where the torch did not really pass off in a way. So yeah, if no one's seen Creed, at least the first one, that's a good one.
Well, and also Ryan Coogler, about a little over a decade ago or so, he was voted in People magazine as like people under 30 people under 30 that are to be watching out for type thing, And
Sounds
like
threatening.
there are watch out for them.
Well, gonna
come get you. Like artists that are like up on the upcoming that are gonna make a big
name
splash.
for themselves.
Yeah. And Ryan Coogler is definitely one of those people. Like I foresee him kind of like having a stamp in cinema similar to Tarantino possibly. And like James Gunn's like type stuff, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move into the starring then.
Yeah. So our lead is Michael B. Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
who plays the set of twins, Smoke and Stack.
Smokestack.
You might know Michael from such things as Creed, Black Panther. He's Killmonger.
Yeah, no, it's Ryan Coogler and Michael. Every single movie that Ryan Coogler has directed, like full feature, Michael B. Jordan has been his.
And
lead.
I totally forgot he was in The Wire. I totally forgot that.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a kid.
Yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
like a baby in that.
Mhm.
He's really young.
He's also in Friday Night Lights.
He is.
We
yeah.
also did a movie with him. Chronicle.
Holy shit, he is in Chronicle.
Yeah, right?
I forgot we did Chronicle.
Right?
That movie's sick.
Yeah. I know. I saw it, I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch Chronicle again.
Yeah, that movie's dope. I will say one of my concerns about this movie, I went into this very blind. I knew that it was a period piece and a vampire period piece of that. So I was like, all right, let's do it. I love that kind of shit. I then did find out that Michael B. Jordan does play twins, and I was very apprehensive about that because my mind went to the 90s, 2000s things, and it was really gimmicky and cheesy.
How often did that happen?
Well,
other than Tom Hardy in that one movie.
Well, no, but that's even, I mean, or Parent Trap, that kind of
okay.
very, I always felt that was reserved for very childish, gimmicky, childish, younger audience kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain just went to that. And so I was really like, just hire twins, find twins, hire twins. But then Michael B. Jordan being Michael B. Jordan nailed it and knocked it out of the park.
I was asking Tommy this last night if he thinks that there's a chance of an Oscar and win his lifetime.
Yeah, and I was like, he's definitely talented enough, but
yeah,
we're also talking about the politics of the Oscars, so it's kind of like, yeah, you could be as talented as the day is long, but it may not fucking matter because they don't have to see the movies to vote on them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm not. Whew.
You want a soapbox?
That is just wild to me. I do not understand that.
I know it's
you
crazy.
cannot have an opinion. Anyways,
I got Miles Canton next.
Yeah, Miles Canton, who plays Sammy. This is his first
his introduction into the film.
Yes, world, and he was fantastic. What a voice on that man!
Right,
good God, not only just speaking but singing, all of it. I was just like,
You get older, the blues is really gonna come through you.
After
this event, you're gonna have all the blues in the world.
Yeah, I mean, they got Buddy Guy to be older him. I was like, that was cool too. I was like, oh shit.
And then we got Hailee Steinfeld, who was definitely promoted a lot more for the movie than is actually in the movie, which is fine. They added
get your big sell tickets.
Exactly. Who we just recently did with True Grit.
Her first movie. I actually really liked. I was really worried that the Steinfeld thing, it would become more of this kind of. I mean, there is a love story, obviously, with the twins and their romantic pasts and stuff, but it's not really. It didn't become about that.
No,
which I was kind of worried that was going to happen.
No, it was definitely. It just made them fully flushed out characters.
It gave them a past.
Yeah. A conflicted past. So there was a drama to move in through it all, and then on our other side for Mary, she's Stack's love interest. Stack was the one with the red hat, right?
No, Smoke is the one. The Smoke is the one that.
Okay.
The red hat,
and
the teeth.
Yeah, the gold tooth. Yeah.
And then Smoke, and then Stack is
blue hat.
Blue hat. Yeah.
Okay. So then
Stack is with Annie.
Stack's loving Annie is played by Wunmi Mosaku, and she's probably now one of her biggest roles. I think is probably from Loki.
Yeah, I mean, I recognized her.
I know she's also in Lovecraft Country, but I've never watched that. So.
Yeah. I did not put two and two together that she was B12. No, what's her name?
I know here in Loki.
Yeah, B25.
No, yeah. When I saw that cat, I was like, "Holy shnipe!"
Yeah,
I did not even see that.
I do remember her in Lovecraft Country though.
Yeah. And
she's in Spectrum. I wrote that down, but that doesn't matter to me because I haven't seen since the second one.
Fair. And quick shout outs to Delroy Lindo, who we did a while ago in The Five Bloods.
Yep, remembered that, and again, highly recommend it. That's a great movie.
Great fucking movie too. Jack O'Connell, who plays our vampire baddie,
Who's in 28 years later?
Yeah,
Which I was like,
no, it's
he's
like
having a good year.
His like recent list. I was like, oh wow, you popped off.
He's having a good year. Which is so funny when I saw that he was in Skins.
Yeah,
because I remembered him, and I was like, that's why I remember him.
Oh, okay. I've never watched all of Wolf Skins.
He was 17 or however old he was.
And then 300: Rise of the Empire.
Oh yeah, that sequel. That would be fun to do. We could do that, and Dame to Kill For. Frank Miller knockoff sequels.
Frank Miller's. I mean, they're knockoff sequels. They're actual. There's
well,
actual.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Then we got Jamie Lawson, who plays Perline, who's Sammy's sinning love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Jun Lee, who is Grace, mother of and then Omar Benson Miller, who plays Cornbread.
Yeah,
What?
That's everyone.
Oh yeah, Delroy Lindo plays Slim. That's his name, Slim.
Yeah, Slim.
And there is like a handful, a lot more. Like the two other vampires that we first get introduced to, they're like they're actual musicians.
That's another one. That's another plot thing.
Yeah, like KKK, or
yeah,
there's actually a lot of like little plot, like big plot things in this movie.
That's the thing, and that's kind of the issue with it. This movie is really fun.
Yeah,
and it's a really cool like. It's a solid vampire creature feature. Like when we were talking about, it really made us think of Salem's Lot with 30 Days of Night and From Dusk Till Dawn. Like it really had all these little pieces, that they really put together in a way, but they just kind of did.
And even still with like a great Western feel, like the shootout at the end, like Django Unchained even as well.
Yeah, and then even if you're going to talk about Django Unchained with the racial tensions that's going on in this part of the country just in the country in general, but there's the racial tensions that are happening, and it just has all these little pieces, but it almost is kind of too biting off a little too more than it can chew.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. It doesn't bother me too much though, because
don't get me wrong. This is now in my like top 10 of vampire
like Ryan
movies.
Coogler is specifically wanted to create something that was based around in the Jim Crow law, like and whatnot.
No, but I just mean that. Should I bring it down or should I wait?
And you want to just do reviews? And then
Let's do reviews and then
Okay.
So you do our scores and I'll pull that up.
So with the reviews, it's got a 7.7 on IMDb. I thought was pretty fitting. And then a 97% tomato meter, and then a 96 popcorn meter. So definitely on Rotten Tomatoes, it's really high up there. That's I know the 7.7 isn't like a really low rating, but I kind of see that divide for people where it's like, yeah, it was good, but I just didn't like it. Or some people that just didn't like it.
On Metacritic, this has an 84, which comes to universal acclaim, with 51 positive and 4 mixed and 0 negative. For the positive, it's a little long, so bear with me.
All right.
But it is a 100. Gave it 100. Alistar writer at the film stage. Coogler doesn't reinvent the vampire movie with sinners, but in a current era of American cinema where messages are force-fed, a thoughtful social satire which gives viewers time to dissect and never lets its loftier thematic aims get in the way of its junky thrills. It's a breath of fresh air. I can't remember the last time I had this much fun, nor felt so reinvigorated by a major studio genre movie.
Huh.
I liked the last part. That's what really stood out to me. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's a big studio production vampire movie.
Yeah.
In a weird way, on paper, it shouldn't work. Kind of like that's what kind of made me think of 30 Days of Night, because 30 Days of Night is a big production that they did for that, and that sometimes can just fall. It can lose a lot of its heart to it.
Because what will happen with a lot of those is the studio finally gets a hold of it, and then they're like, we know what to do with it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler fought to have creative control and final edit rights to this movie. So
I saw that.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the thing, is that we got to see Ryan Coogler's complete vision.
But the thing is like, I'm also very curious if we're ever going to get Snyder Cut version where it's 3 hours, 4 hours long.
From dusk till dawn. No, I'm joking.
Well, because I would actually, because of the way that it is, and this is all just me speculating. I could be 1,000% wrong, but because of the way it feels like an editing thing, a lot of it feels like, okay, the studio's like, it's getting a little too long. It's getting long in the teeth, and we need to have you tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And because of the fact that it is so well thought out, and that's why I think that. So I'm really just curious about retouching base on just a couple things they brought up that weren't solidified. But the last review,
I mean, those could be things that on a rewatch you're like, oh, it was cut. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, true. Yeah, I mean, and this is something I'm gonna rewatch. Trust me.
And yeah, and there's also like it's very easily, you can very easily miss a lot of like nuance from.
Well, yeah, and when I was looking online, I saw a lot of people confused at why Remick wanted Sammy.
Oh,
and I was
other than the metaphor.
Well, reaching the ancestors through the magic of music.
Yeah,
and a lot of people just didn't understand that was it. That's what he wanted. He wanted to remain being a vampire, but connect to his ancestors and the people he lost.
And
people weren't getting that. I don't know if they just missed the dialogue with that. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just saw a lot of people like, what is the point of that? And it's like, well,
a bunch of people are like, I don't know what my ancestors are. I don't care.
He's like, he said it.
Yeah, he said it very clearly.
And then with the mixed, the lowest review with a 50 by Roger Moore at Movie Nation. Coogler introduces themes, agendas, and histories in collision with this film. But once Sinners transitioned from black history at a crossroads into straight-up horror, nothing much is made of the big ideas in this ungainly mashup of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Crossroads, and From Dusk Till Dawn.
Interesting. Okay.
And Crossroads, just to clarify, the what's his name? Karate Kid. What's his name?
Karate Kid.
What's the actor's name?
Ralph Macchio?
Yeah, the Ralph Macchio Crossroads, not the 2000s, the 1980 something.
Not the Britney Spears movie?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think it was talking about
I just wanted, because I was confused for a second, and I was like, I forgot that he had done that movie.
I mean, I've never seen it. I don't really know anything about it, but I from that review, I'm suddenly like, is he really putting a Britney Spears movie in there?
Crossroads is a 80s movie about a kid learning the blues. Traveling the country and with a blues singer and learning how to, it's a music drama thing. So yeah, that one I kind of agreed with too, because it introduces themes, agendas, and histories in collision, because there are moments where it does feel like they are not woven together. They kind of run into each other head on, and kind of there's a little bounce back, a little recoil from that.
It is just quite a mishmash.
It's a lot. A lot of stuff happens in this movie.
Because, it's interesting. Because, I mean, the big thing is the lead up to the vampire stuff. And everything up to that point. It feels like a long setup for then a big theme of, like, cultural appropriation to come in,
How do you mean?
I mean, well, it's for,
like, how do you mean cultural? You mean the vampires' cultural appropriation? What do you mean?
Oh, like the vampires are a metaphor for how white people want to appropriate black culture. Like this whole thing, Remick's like, I want that man, and I want his music for my own desires, for my own thing. I mean, yeah. So it just kind of, and then it's just vampires used as a metaphor. It's like blood sucking, like they suck the energy out of everything. They suck it for their own desire. Mm-hmm. So that's what Coogler's using vampires as in this movie, is white people essentially taking the soul out of the soul. Mm-hmm. But it's like we have like an entire like 45 minutes of just establishing the juke. Just the juke?
That's what they kept calling it.
There was like the juke band, or I can't remember. Yeah, I thought there was a second part to that other than just the juke. But yeah, the juke spot, It's like 45 minutes of setting up this, and then they introduce the vampire really late into the game.
Well, like that's like one of them. That's where it gets weird. It's like they introduce the vampire, and he's all beaten to shit, and
being chased.
Obviously, at the receiving end of some kind of vampire hunter, and then you meet them, and it's the local indigenous Native American tribe,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just
don't see them ever again.
never see them again.
Because they're like, we got to get back before we get.
Yeah, and it was just like, okay, that was kind of odd. And then even in that same moment, like I thought that like a weird thing was the whole tying in the cousin KKK thing.
Yeah. And that's where it kind of turns into that black retribution thing, like Django Unchained at the end of like.
Which I think that was fine. I just thought it was like weird that was a weird addition. Like, why did we make them the cousins? And like you could have, because of the whole conversation. I think that
for
was
him to have the knowledge of the KKK coming in. I mean, like you're gonna like this whole thing was for you to blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and then let me save you guys as you can become vampires with us.
Yeah, but you don't need to write that in there. That is that's like because the conversation that they had with the Grand Dragon, right? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Because of the conversation that they had with what ended up being the Grand Dragon, they already kind of know. They've lived there. They know the territory they in. They know that they know the clans around somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have Remick come in and kind of promote the idea that sooner or later they're going to come.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you have this. You know that. But they wanted to solidify it, which I just thought the solidifying was unnecessary because then you could still have the shootout at the end. Well, and it just felt like an unnecessary detail that didn't need to be written in there.
I think it was kind of to add more into the the appropriation of it all. The metaphor that he's doing is if you succumb to my lifestyle, you will be free of any persecution.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much like asking like a black person to not be black, change yourself, become more like me, and then you will not be persecuted anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I felt it was just more of a like. I took it as more of that it was more of a bargaining chip. It was to solidify.
Yeah, it is a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
But I don't. They add more to the metaphor of the appropriation.
I guess
it starts getting heavy-handed.
Yeah, it feels that one felt like a stretch, and that didn't. I just didn't think that one needed to be necessary for because then it just felt like it just felt unnecessary. Because also I kind of just personally, that's just me doing the rewrite thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of Remick coming up and being like, it not being this like I know for a fact they are coming in 4 hours. I like more of the looming threat of they will come.
They will eventually.
They will. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, but they will not let you have this.
What's crazy is like
the hate of this particular group is too strong.
Yeah.
To let you have this.
Did you get the feeling that the brothers knew it was going to happen in that following morning, which is why they had their World War I gear and whatnot all set up?
No, but that's kind of what I would know because that's what I think noticed it. It's like, no, they just had it geared up, ready. There's no way that after all of that, he then set it up. That shit was, they were ready for those fuckers to show up and they had it all
that's what I mean.
Stashed away.
Yeah, they were expecting, like Smoke and Stack were expecting the Grand Dragon and everybody to come back the following day after they
probably. Well, I also thought it was weird too because wouldn't have why did they wait till the following morning? Why did they do it when they were all in the middle of their celebration?
I was wondering that too. Because the vampires got to happen.
Yeah, that's the issue, though.
The narrative has to happen.
That's the issue. That's where it feels like. That's where these moments where it does really feel like this, and it is. This really flushed out, like cool story. But then there's these little, these like that where you're just kind of like you kind of hiccup a little bit because it's like wouldn't they have come? Because I was thinking that the clan members were going to show up and then the vampires were going to fuck them up. And that was going to be our introduction to these vampires was
all the clan members turning into vampires.
No. The clan members show up to attack this bar, this windmill.
Yeah.
They're like the people in the barn or the windmill are like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? Then the vampires should come in as like the saving day, kill the clan members, but then turn their sights to the people in the windmill. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I thought the clan members were gonna be ripped apart, but then, yeah, I thought it was gonna be this kind of like juxtaposition of savior and defiler, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't think of another. You know what I mean? I thought that's gonna be like, well, they did take care of the clan members for us, but now, again, we're on the receiving end of their bloodlust, so we're fucked. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I just thought it was weird because
that takes out the entire metaphor, though.
Clan members like to fuck up a party.
Yeah. Yes, true.
So,
but that takes out like the entire. Maybe not takes out the entire metaphor of what the vampires are representing, because what summons Remick to them, or draws them Remick to the sawmill, is Sammy's guitar, is the play, is the blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just like that has a. That I just like that story.
Well, yeah,
better.
but you can still do that.
Yeah.
And then the clan shows up. It's splitting hairs. It doesn't matter. It is the movie is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it did what it did. But I just thought it was weird that they showed up after the party was over and everyone was gone.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Is like
it's almost. It just seems more like maybe like a plan of like once catch them all. They're waking up in the morning all hung over and stuff. You'd think they're thinking they're gonna catch them.
With their pants down.
Yeah.
Was the idea.
Yeah. As opposed to like, going in and like busting up the party. They let them have the party, and then now they're so partied that they're, they're.
But yeah, I just thought like, I don't know. I just thought that like was in the like him being the cousin, and that's how he got the solidified timeline, was just kind of, it felt clunky.
It was interesting. Let's talk about the vampires actually for a minute. Like, because it's like unique almost. I haven't seen these type of vampires 100% like this. It's like a mission. It's like, because we got our classic idea of like they can only come in if they're invited.
Mm-hmm.
They're garlic prone, holy water prone.
They're very Western Christian vampires.
Yeah. But then they have a hive mind.
They have they don't have a hive mind. They have a shared consciousness.
What's the difference actually then?
Maybe they're not, but I always think of like hive mind, like the Borg. Like there's one, and then, but it's like there's one, and then her drones.
Well, yeah, but like when
but then a shared consciousness, because they're all still them.
Yeah. But I see. Yeah.
They share.
They now all share experiences. They're not one unit of Borg.
Yeah, and a hive mind.
We are Borg.
Yeah,
we are unity.
So they share consciousness with each other,
which is interesting. But then like. Maybe Remick being like the strongest of them all, or like the one that turned them all, when he gets hurt, they all feel that pain.
Well, and then also kind of to me implied it was a proximity thing, which was kind of cool.
Okay, maybe I didn't pick up on that a little bit.
Well, because then Smoke and Mary take off, and
but I mean,
affected.
Yeah, but it's like they might have felt the pain of him burning up and everything, but they didn't burn up because they weren't in the sun.
No, I know that, but it just felt to me, it just felt like a proximity thing.
Yeah, fair.
Like the closer you are to your maker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's where the Salem lot comes in.
Yeah.
These are very Salem.
Well, and like his nails and fingers got really long and sharp.
It became more monstrous as the fight went on.
And everybody else's kind of stayed. Their teeth changed, it seemed.
Yeah, well, and then that's kind of implied that they're the way they are because of their newborns. They're still very fresh on this whole change. I mean, and that's what I think this is my favorite kind of vampire, because this alone, and that's why I like vampires a lot. I was thinking about this last night, especially these kind. Vampires like this are very interesting in the sense of they almost have an excuse.
Yeah.
Because at this point they're just a different creature now, and they're just doing very much what's in the nature of what they are, and they are creatures that feed on blood. And in this particular sense, they also just feed, it seems to be, on terror and turmoil and conflict. They just are, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. But then you add the element of they are still who they were. They just don't care anymore. But there is the whole situation that happens with Annie, and then they are gung-ho about killing these people, knowing that they will turn and then join their new congregation, their new family, the new church, basically, the new
one of us.
Yeah, the new
one of us.
The new community. And the second that happens, and then then Annie, then Stack takes care of Annie, then they care now about Annie. And I thought that was a really cool little detail because I was kind of confused for a minute of, are they still really them, or is this part of the transformation where they are just kind of mimicking or mirroring the person they were? But then when Mary and Smoke react to the whole Annie situation,
because they want the way they want.
Well, now Annie is again Annie. Before she was just meat and blood and this thing to corrupt. But then as soon as she's corrupted,
now she's part of them.
Then he gets very upset about it. And I was like, okay, so these they're still very much them. They just now.
Well, it's like for them, it's a desire to like, we want Annie is a part of our family, so we want Annie to be a part of our family.
Yeah,
And
I just thought that it's like that. I like that, and that's Salem's Lot had that too, where they show up to the window and they're tapping and they're using very intimate details about the person they're trying to turn to try and convince them to let them in and stuff. And I really like those kind of vampires because it creates a very quiet, subtle horror to it.
Yeah.
Of you standing there watching this thing take over your loved one, and that's just always
the scene where like when Smoke and Stack are talking through the door is so interesting. Just like you can tell, like he wants to believe that his brother is alive somehow and in there, but he also knows like there's no goddamn.
Well, then there's the added element to the twin shit, whatever shit they got.
Yeah.
Which I believe in that. I think that there's no fucking way that there isn't some kind of different connection between twins.
Definitely a deeper, human connection. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything supernatural or.
In this situation, there definitely is. There's people eating
there's a lot of
There's a lot of supernatural shit going on in this situation. Well, then it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought I really like enjoyed the vampires and the little bits and pieces they just kind of picked away from. And it's like, almost like zombie movie too. People are getting, because it's not like they get shot in the head and they instantly heal. They get shot in the head and their faces.
It's all fucked up still. Yeah.
It's not like suddenly they're just totally normal, which is cool. I like that. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, and that's really what it is. Is like this whole, I guess as I'm talking about it too, the plot holes fix themselves, because it's like, even with the tribe, who was it again?
The Choctaw?
Yeah. Like they show up, they go and try and talk to these people, and then the people are like, nah, we don't want none of what you're selling. And then they basically go, all right, well, good luck. Peace. And they go home.
Yeah.
They're like,
exactly.
That's it.
Because like they're not going to be hunting at night. They're hunting during the day.
And then I had the thought of, well, cool. Yeah. They are still very possibly looking for they went back to that house looking for this vampire.
Yeah, we just didn't see it.
But we don't know. They don't know where he went.
Yeah.
What? It would be almost kind of weird if they just magically showed up at the juke.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, how did they know that he went there?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
Unless we see little like bits of like them tracking or something.
Or some shit like that,
Which is an unneeded thing for it, actually.
Yeah.
Just like to know that there's, there is in this area people that are aware of the vampires,
Yeah.
But I think it's just interesting is like, because whenever a Bible verse is used in a movie, I'm always kind of like, well, I gotta look into it and see where it wraps up in like for like the themes of the film,
Mm-hmm.
So Corinthians 10:13 is no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape, that you may be able to endure it. So this is talking about like temptation of sin, and they're sinners. And through this entire movie, they all like are riddled with past of like their own sins and whatnot. There's like, Perline and Sammy, like she's married and he's getting with her. There's like through the eyes of God, like so much sinning happening. But the passage is pretty much saying like that that it is common. The temptation of sin is common. Like, don't be afraid that it will happen. But God is good, and God will not test you too much, make it too much for your testing. For you, as long as you believe in God and whatnot.
God will only give you what you can handle.
But God does not exist in this goddamn sawmill with all these damn vampires. Like, it's interesting just kind of like see, like, it's also kind of like the idea of sin brings these vampires, draws them to them as well, you know? You look lost in thought.
Just thinking.
Yeah.
Grace fucked it up. I didn't like that.
Oh, come on in, motherfucker!
Well, I was about it. I was like, yeah, Grace, let's go. And then she like fucking died like 10 seconds into it.
Yeah, she went and jumped on a burning vampire. And stabbed
I was
him.
like, no, I want her to like. I knew she was gonna like probably kick it, but I didn't.
Then wanted her to last a little bit longer.
Get a couple of them.
Yeah,
you know, use that mama bear energy and. But yeah, I was like, well, because I was thinking about it too. I was like, well, at that point, they're fucked. It's like, yeah, they can't come in. They can smoke your ass out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're waiting for the sun to come up.
No, they're gonna start setting the place on fire.
Yeah, it's like, do you realize how? Like, all they need to do is get you outside.
Yeah,
they will find a way.
They're being kind of peaceful right now.
Yeah, they're being pretty chill. Like, and that was another thing I really liked about the vampires, how nonchalant they were. I thought that was
the patience.
They were just creepy in that way. They weren't like this, like, thing. They were just very, like, when Bo walks up and he's been turned and fucking cornbread is eating someone and his nonchalant, it was like, he's
like, come on, Grace, let's go.
It was so creepy and it was cool. I was like, yeah. And that's why it really screams Salem's Lot to me. A lot. Like, those kind of vampires are really fun. Because it's a cat playing with their food.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Yeah,
just batting it around a little bit, taking its time.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you.
It's very cool in a lot of ways. And then I mean, I think that Annie was great. Obviously, Michael B. Jordan was great.
Mm-hmm.
Hailee Steinfeld was good, but I mean, I don't really feel like she did a whole lot, really.
She had a couple of moments of that open-heartedness.
Yeah.
Before she turned into a vampire. I think the best scene in the movie is when Stack goes to Annie's and he's at the grave of their child that passed away.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the music scene.
That is an absolutely fantastic scene, but like the best, like, emotionally driven scene, acted scene was that one.
Oh, I thought my opinion, it was the post-credit scene.
Best acted?
Yeah.
Really?
I really do. Because maybe not best acted, but best substance, because it tied back into what I was saying about how they're still them.
Yeah.
Like, the older cousin came and checked up on his little cousin 60 years after this thing and has followed with his promise of leaving him alone.
Yeah. And then offering, like,
knowing that at this point he's probably closer to the end than he is the beginning.
Yeah.
Offering him this gift, quote unquote, this curse, however you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And he says no. And he just says, okay. They hug and have like it was good to see you. And he's like, basically like, it was good to see you too. And then Hailee has that little, Mary has that little, bye baby Sammy. I can't remember what she calls him, but young Sammy or something like that. And smiles at him and they just go off. And I was like, it was actually,
I thought it was a very fitting ending.
It was, but it was also very sweet, like bittersweet. It's like, yeah, this really traumatic thing happened, but at the end of the day, they're still family. They're still them. They loved each other. It's not their fault. It's not like they signed up for, they were at one time the victims of this.
Do you think Smoke couldn't bite Stack because
the twin thing? That's what I thought.
It wasn't because the very big emphasis put on that hoodoo pouch that Annie gave him.
Oh, then it was that. Yes, it was that. Okay. Because also was pointed out to me that he died after taking off the hoodoo stack.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
That's when he died.
Yeah.
Because he was like, my brother's dead. Or, at that point he thinks my brother's dead.
Everything's gone.
my estranged wife is dead. And then she has that. I mean, and I think that's actually one of the best moments too, is when Annie's actually getting bit and she's talking to Smoke, and she just can't handle Smoke being the one to do it. There's this thing about him specifically,
but she wanted him to be the one.
What?
To take her out?
No, Smoke.
Oh, biting her. That's
biting her.
Yeah.
But it's like, because then I was like, that there's so many layers to that, because not only is this someone that she loves being the brother of her husband, but he looks identical to her husband, so that's got to be fucking horrifying. Yeah, there's so many layers to it. I was like, God damn.
No, but yeah, you are right. Probably one of the best scenes in the entire movie is the music scene.
That is just hands down just one of the coolest scenes. And I know it's funny, actually, looking at the reviews, I had this thought when I was doing notes and stuff. I haven't really enjoyed the music of a movie. This has a lot of Baby Driver in it. And I say that with the music specifically because there's something very cool about, you can have a great soundtrack, you can have a great score, you can have this all kind of thing, but it takes a very special kind of person to figure out how to make it that not only is the audience and the characters are all listening to the same music at the same time, getting the same emotion from it. Music of like Lord of the Rings, we as the audience are hearing, and it's telling you this is the swelling emotion. Usually. Yeah. This is Boromir's death, damn it, and it's like feel and manipulation. Yeah. But this is, we are hearing the music with the characters a lot of the time, and that is just such a cool thing. Like, it's that whole, in Baby Driver at the very end when he's listening to Hocus Pocus and while running from the cops.
Yeah.
That's like one of that's what it reminded me of. That was what I remember that being like, this is so cool because we're with him. We're going,
I think that's a really good point to kind of point out, because like, the big music scenes in this, the Road to Dublin and Sammy's song. I don't know what Sammy's one is called. But it's like, it's about like how music, that unifies them all together as well as one, from, the past, present, and future. And the representation of that specifically in the juke is just, it was just such a cool scene, and it didn't feel out of place. It felt like we were experiencing the magic of the music that they're talking about with them at the moment. It was just so damn cool.
Yeah, and the cinematography was just cool. And I liked too what they kept doing. If they had the borders, and then when something crazy was going to happen, they slowly
it went from widescreen or theatrical widescreen to like open widescreen. Yeah,
and that was just cool. That was just a cool way to also subtly let your audience know that
shit's about to get real.
Shit's about to go down.
Yeah,
whether it be like the dance scene, which was just cool, and going through the times and.
Yeah.
And it was just a very cool way of a very interesting way to represent this kind of hocus pocus magic thing, just in the sense of like the beginning of the movie telling us about these magical people, which have, that they can tie into magic with music, which isn't, is a very solidified idea,
Yeah, that was Slim was talking about that, right?
Yeah, and they kind of go through, and it was like, okay, so obviously they're gonna bring this back around. Yeah, how are they gonna reintroduce it? And that was really cool how they reintroduce it.
Yeah,
and then the foreshadowing of the fire of it burning down the windmill at the end, and then and just the way it's shot, and then even then they're all still dancing, but the place is burnt down, and Cornbread is still sitting outside as the bouncer. It was just like there's a lot of little details to it that was just really cool. And then to have the juxtaposition of a remix song with the Road to Dublin out in the moonlight, doing the Irish jig and the dancing and everything, and they're all covered in blood and their eyes are doing that glittering thing. I was like, okay, that was really cool. And I liked there was like their song full of hope, and then his song full of despair, and finally has his, and that's what I like too, the congregation thing. He had made his congregation, and then having him speak the word of God and everything, having the juxtaposition to his father.
Well, it's like he's like baptizing Sammy.
Yeah,
pretty
you
much.
know, I was like, there's a lot of cool imagery,
Yeah.
and it's kind of all over the place, but it works because then, you know, it kind of kept my mind open too to be like, because I was like, well, maybe he's a preacher's son, maybe he can like, as he's getting baptized, he'll like bless it and turn into holy water. I thought maybe
that's what I thought was gonna happen too.
I was like,
he's gonna bless this entire lake. And
and like, because that's what I thought. I thought that he was gonna start like egging Remick on to do whatever steps are needed to bless the water.
Yeah.
And then bless it, and then fucking Remick would like explode or something.
He's like, Milton!
Yeah. What a world! But I thought that was gonna happen. I thought that would have been cool.
Oh man. Yeah. I feel like we started talking before you finished reviews. Actually.
No, that was it.
Okay. Sometimes you have 3.
There was no negative.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I went through them, and they
Yeah.
all just kind of say they got to a point they were just kind of repeating each other.
That makes sense. I feel like it's like this is a movie like once you got it, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, oh, there it is. I see it. It's like those magic eye puzzles. Like,
Yeah. Oh, is the dress blue or is the dress black? You know,
I thought it was blue or gold.
you know what I mean. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, it's like that's the thing is like I really like this movie. This is definitely
I really liked it too.
It's definitely up in my but I'm a big vampire sucker. I've always been a vampire guy. I've loved those. I don't know. I've always just liked them. This is now. I think this has actually moved up into my top 5.
Fair.
I
was just reading that now vampire movies have kind of become this like newish staple for like modern like big time directors. Like everyone kind of has their own vampire movie now because you got like Tarantino. I forget who just did Nosferatu, but he just
Igor, whatever.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember what his name is now. What is his name?
It's just like there just seems it's like they were talking about like this transition of times in cinema and how it used to be like every director had their war movie, and now it's like every director kind of has their own vampire movie because war and the conflict of war can have so many different metaphors for everything. Vampires can be used in so many different metaphors for so many different things because of just the nature of what a vampire is, you know? What you looking up? Now are you looking up Nosferatu?
I was looking at Martin Scorsese's vampire movie.
No, like he's an old guy, so he has the war movie. We're talking new generation. And Tarantino's part of this kind of not new generation, but the generation that would have their vampire movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Taika Waititi is What We Do in the Shadows they brought up because of like how it introduced comedy into the vampire genre.
Yeah.
You know? And Taika Waititi is actually, you know, it's like being right now like top guy for, you know, comedy films, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of interesting, you know, just kind of like, because the vampire genre has evolved so much. It's not like you're, you know, sticky, I'm a vampire.
Well, like this one, like that review said, like this didn't reinvent anything, but it did. You know, we talk about like a trope is fine as long as you do it well or use it in the right spot.
Yeah.
This has really tropey stuff, but it's cool.
It's used in new innovative ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just cool. Like,
yeah.
You know, like and that was just the cinematography just held so much weight of this just because of like, you know, even the scene, and it's just little simple things and just how it was just really how it was done. Like the scene where Sammy goes in and catches Mary and Smoke hooking up, goes and tells, you know, walks over, goes and tells Stack.
The
Stack,
follow shots.
Yeah, and then Stack is like, well, if I tell you to go get someone, then go get someone. And then he goes in and he walks in, and now it's turned into a crime scene.
Yeah.
And just like that right there, it was just like, it just has this fluidity to it.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Just whoop, whoop, boom. And then boom, now the conflict has made it home. We knew it was coming, and now it's the call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was just, and I just love that. And I think that's the
follow
best
shots.
Well, the fluidity of it.
Yeah.
It was a very fluid movie. It felt visually, it just felt like weaving into everything.
You haven't seen Birdman yet, have you?
Michael Keaton?
Yeah. Okay.
But, you know, then even the Remick scene with the, you know, there were a lot of cranes. being used in this movie.
Yeah, or drones.
A lot of cranes and drones
Yeah.
doing stuff, going in and out. And I was like, all right.
We're on a trek. Everybody move.
Move. But yeah.
All right. Well, what do you want to give it?
I came in with a 3.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That low, huh?
That low? What do you mean?
3 is like,
Middle ground.
I was going to say like a 4, 4, 5.
I can meet you at a 4.
Yeah. I think it's really good. Yeah.
No, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but I saw problems in the plot, and then as we talked about it, worked through them, and I was like, actually, yeah, that works. It's not really... because even I saw this like whole big thread on Reddit, and it was just people
Picking it apart.
And some of them I was like, yeah, but then again, like, well, like one of these, the person wrote, how in the fuck do 6 people in a barn fight off 30 strong vampires that can jump 20 feet in the air? Which, number one, with that one, I was like, yeah, but who were the other 2?
Yeah.
Who were the other 2 people? That alone. And then I follow with, yeah, you're right. And then I follow with my movie brain going, yeah, but we need the vampire fight.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's how they could do it. And also, then you can make any kind of eat the carrot thing you want of, well, yeah, let's put you in a situation where you have 30 fucking hungry vampires chasing after you. You might find some strength you didn't know you had, buddy. You might pull some shit off.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit. The adrenaline pumping. Like, it's called fight or flight.
Yeah,
so
right.
which one's going to kick in? They're all their fight kick
And
in.
who knows? Maybe it's like they're not trying to rip them all to pieces. They're just maybe trying to turn them all. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I say 4. I'm down for that. Do we do connect first, or should we say what we're doing next first?
I don't think it really matters what order that goes in.
All right, we're gonna do the connect first because I have that open right now. So, who we got?
Well, excuse me.
All right, first, second. Nope. Kirsten Dunst to Robert Downey Jr. That's too easy. Not Robin Wright. We already did Robin Wright. Keira Knightley to Bruce Willis.
I feel like we've done Keira Knightley, but I'm down for that.
We have. Okay, let's get rid of Keira.
What? How are we getting so many of the same actors on this thing?
Liam Neeson to Bruce Willis.
All right.
Okay. I like that one. So yes, go ahead and send your connections for Liam Neeson to Bruce Willis in the comments, and then we will do that next week. And then I'm very excited. We are going to do 2009.
I don't know the year.
I think 2008, 2009's another vampire movie because it's a bloodsucker summer. Something I just kind of stumbled upon. It is a South Korean one called Thirst.
Yeah, it's Park Chan-woo.
Yes. I
Yeah,
believe so.
same guy that did Old Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited because I just was looking at vampire movies and I'd never seen it. I love him and I love vampire shit. And it's South Korean, and South Korean does horror thriller stuff.
Yeah, they do. Well, this is like it's supposed to be like also a romance.
Yeah. Which didn't surprise me though, because Dracula and Nosferatu, they all have this love thing. Well, Nosferatu is more lust, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that, and I'm very excited because I love me South Korean horror movies. They're great. One of my favorite genres.
How many other than the Train to Busan?
Oh, I watched a lot of South Korean shows.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
like
that
Sweet
Monsters.
Home, Sweet Home.
Yeah,
That was one that I watched a lot.
Yeah.
I love that. They just do body horror and blood and stuff.
Yeah.
It's gross. Yeah. So follow us on Instagram and Facebook. On there are promos, so you can see what's coming up. On those promos is the link tree, and those will take you to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that kind of stuff. That was episode 251 of Sinners, which we gave a 4 out of 5. And then join us next week for another vampire movie, South Korean 2009. I want to say Thirst.
Thirst. I almost kept saying Parasite, but I'm like, no.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. Have a good day. This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy Jacobs
Mixtape.